And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Here's Spates. No good on the quick 3. Pelicans trail by 16. Cunningham kicks to Cole. The feed to Bondexter. Lets it go from deep. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And they're clearly finishing strong here, but not enough time to pull it out.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to end on a high note. Too bad this run didn't develop sooner for them.
They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Sade, I like that, Greg.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're up by 13. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, last season, Quincy Pondexter was moved to the Pelicans. He really took off after the trade and played some of his best basketball to date.
Pondexter last year was very valuable after the trade. Career highs, Clark, in points and minutes played for him and with the Pels.
Yeah, and you know, he showed he can really be a 3 and D guy. Shot over 40% from deep with the Pelicans and defended pretty much every position on the perimeter.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor.
That is in the gym range, partner. Kevin, he can pull up and knock it down from anywhere. You hear me, from anywhere.
And you know there's really no bad shot for a guy like him when he's firing a 3 like that.
And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Kicks it to Cunningham. Pass to Cole. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Iguodala offline. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg.
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. You were able to really help out your team on the offensive end. What enabled such a big night of productivity for you?
Well, I'm just used to the pace of the game by now, and my teammates do a good job of finding me when I'm open, so all credit goes to them. I just catch and fire when I'm open.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew,
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, for the Grizzlies, they'll be up for this game, facing the team that defeated them in the conference semis last season. This is one they've been waiting for. Year after year after year after year, he just helps his team find a way to win. Mike Conley, a soft-spoken star in the league.
Yeah, you know what? He never gets the recognition he deserves. One, because he plays on a team that has some other great players, and then he's just not flashy, but he is the most efficient guard probably in the Western Conference, maybe second or third, maybe in the Western Conference.
And
efficiency.
He gives you something in every aspect of the game. He's a fantastic leader. He does a great job of leading these guys. And I agree with you, Ken. He's underrated. He should be talked about a lot more.
That'll do it for now. They are ready to tip things off as we get you out to Kevin Harlan.
It's game time in Oakland as the crowds at Oracle Arena look to cheer on the hometown Warriors. Last game for the Warriors, they pick up the W against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. And Stevenson is out there with Conley. And it's Carter in at the 3, the small forward.
And Marc Gasol has become one of the league's most proficient post scorers. I mean, how about the footwork on that low block? He is a load down low.
Here's Conley, picked by Randolph. They double-team Conley. Stevenson with a clean look. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
You know, looking around, he knew one of his teammates was going to be open when they hit him with that double team, and he took advantage.
Now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dave Yeager. Doris?
One player that he's... talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thanks, Doris. Golden State's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Barnes kicks to Bogut. Golden State moving it around. Bogut sets a screen for Curry. 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. And it's Randolph with the rebound.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Now here's Conley. He had 16 points in the win against Brooklyn.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends.
Bogut dishes to Curry. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Conley. Carter drives in. The shot is off. And Golden State will go the other way with it.
I I'm not even going to comment on that one.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat. You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Oh!
How about that, Kevin?
What range on that shot.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Out to the right wing. No one near Conley as he lets it go. And again, Memphis no good. Thompson inside the line. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's got 5 points so far.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Curry wide open, and another three for Golden State.
All these open threes they're giving them have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
And despite some of the injuries over the years, Andrew Bogut still one of the game's best shot blockers, averaging well over 2.5 a game in his career. And Greg, he protects the rim like few others can. A rugged play.
And in last season, almost 3 block shots per game. And with all the offensive firepower around him, I think it really allows him to play to his strengths. That's why having a great team is about pieces of the puzzle fitting. He's a terrific piece for this group.
And getting back to Bogut, people forget he's a pretty good athlete. The reason he was drafted #1 overall way back when was because of his insane combination of size and movement skills. That's why he remains one of the excellent shot blockers in the league today.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And when you talk about Bogut, I think the Warriors' incredible regular season inspired him. He didn't have to be the star. He just had to anchor that deep. Sometimes when you give a guy a specific task to be the best at, that's when he delivers the most.
Here is Anderson after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. And it's Conley penetrating. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
No good from space.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Conley gets the bucket.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Iguodala against Barnes. Iguodala, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Right wing, fires from deep. Green with the rebound. Warriors have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Barbosa. Golden State moving the ball around. Lets it fly. Livingston, no blood.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Nobody near Barnes. No good with the triple.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Kicks it to Spates. Misses the 3. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Spates. Rush comes in for Green, and Ian Clark subbed in for Sean Livingston.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And here's Barnes for three. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Barnes has got his first 3 points of the game.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control. And I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Here's Clark. That will count. Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot!
3 points at the buzzer.
Definitely an answer to prayer there.
And they're scoring pretty. And the Grizzlies, a team that's dealt with their share of tough playoff losses. But, you know, you talked to point guard Mike Conley, and as he told us before the game, he still feels a championship is within reach.
Let's take them back.
One big reason why not bet. Is what happened to Conley. Greg losing him in the playoffs last year was the biggest adversity they went through. Can you make a case that it just made them tougher, or did it really take something out of them?
You know, Kevin, it's really hard to say. A tough break, obviously, losing Mike, and I mean that literally as well. But their problems did set them back, and maybe they can be just as good as anybody else, but until they are, they're going to have some issues.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, you know, how would you grade them?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Conley and Allen in the backcourt. Zach Randolph is out there with Brandon Wright, and it's Stevenson in at the small forward. Offensive rebound, right. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, you know, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And, you know, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
And Steph Curry, 6'3", and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Stevenson.
And, guys, one thing sometimes gets lost. I mean, Mike Conley is a proven winner. Remember, you go back in high school, won 3 state titles, and the one season at Ohio State led them to the national title game. So that aspect of what he brings, the intangibles, you're going to be a winner if Mike Conley's on your roster.
Marc Gasol is checked in for Brandon Wright. Randolph passes to Stevenson. And here's Conley outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. 6 points for Conley.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
And for Mike Conley, growing up, he played on some tremendously talented teams. Guys like Greg Oden, Josh McRoberts, his teammates.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he never had to really look for his own offense to win games with those kind of players around him. He came into the league more focused on setting up his teammates, and that's what he does well.
Randolph can't hit. Looking at Memphis, they took the win in their last game against the Brooklyn Nets.
And a couple guys got hot early, and then it became contagious. You could see that everybody Everybody kind of pitched in when it came to shooting.
Exactly right, Greg. I mean, normally there's a hot shooter. The defense can kind of lock into that guy and then let somebody else get some shots, but that wasn't even an option in that game because everybody was on fire.
And Thompson kicks to Green. Back to Thompson. Green dishes to Thompson. Green the pass to Thompson. And there's the 3-second violation.
And now a chance to check out Klay Thompson. He had a strong showing last season. 4th in three-point field goal percentage, 10th in scoring, and ranked in the top 15 in free throw percentage. Tremendous confidence and technique at the line.
And, you know, as you said, he was great from downtown. I don't think last year was an aberration. He's one of the deadliest sharpshooters in the game.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. The Roracle, or Oracle Arena, was rocking last season with good reason. The Warriors would finish a league best 39-2 at home last year.
And how about that 39-2 record put them one off of tying the best record ever in the NBA. That record, by the way, belongs to the Celtics with 40 wins back in 1986.
Spates checked in for Golden State. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Golden State.
Sean Livingston.
Warriors leading by 6. Curry outside. No luck. Good work defensively by Conley. Stevenson outside. Picked by Randolph. And there's the 3-second violation. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. Number 1, Steph Curry.
You know, to me, everything about free throws is about routine and consistency. How you set up. What is your pre-shot routine? Where you look. How you follow through. I mean, whatever he did last year, he did it better than anybody else because he led the league in that category.
Now, here's Curry coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. Golden State moving it around. Good on the triple. Curry's got 11 points in the quarter.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Well, they really started to come on here in the second.
Clark, it's about how much more focused they look offensively here. They're trying to make up some ground.
Conley kicks to Gasol. Spates with the block. Randolph, no one around him. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Clark, thinking back to when Mike Conley was drafted 4th back in the 2007 draft, 4th overall. He wasn't an instant starter, but he has gotten better every season.
Yeah, it took him a little while. I mean, he was only a freshman coming out of college back in 2007. A slow start. He had to fight for minutes, grind away. Grizzlies kept trying to get his replacement, it appeared. But he stayed the course, and now he's their franchise point guard. This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
1:11 left to play here in the half. The Grizzlies trail by 5. They double team Conley. Here's Stevenson. It's blocked. And it's the Warriors on the break. And that one's good. That's 28 points for Steph Curry.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
You know, you think back, Grizzlies contemplated trading Mike Conley early on in his career, and I tell you what, aren't they glad that cooler heads prevailed? I mean, his rise has helped propel them to one of the top teams in the Western Conference.
And he gets it to go.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
Now here's Conley. 6 points for him. Dishes it to Randolph. Puts up a 3. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut back down again to 5. The basket that time coming from Mike Conley.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Livingston passes to Curry. Beyond the arc. And he gets it to go. Curry's got 34.
Wow, what a special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No.
That'll do it for the first half. The Warriors on top. They lead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 34. And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins and also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Barnes in at the 3. Curry gets the bucket. And for Kerr, so much was made of how much pressure he had to face to get the Warriors to improve. Inheriting that team from Mark Jackson. Greg, that was a good point. He passed that test, though, Clark, I think, with flying colors.
Well, first time that a rookie head coach has won a title since the NBA's inception. I think that says it all right there.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And he gets it to go. Curry's got 43 points.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Conley gets the bucket.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Stevenson against Curry. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Stevenson dishes to Gasol. 6 to shoot. Carter kicks to Randall. Lets it go from 11. It's rebounded by Golden State. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
Curry outside. Cannot hit. And Memphis the other way now. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road. Conley into the lane. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Gasol.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
And the Warriors are the completely new 5 on the floor. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Stevenson with it. Barbosa picks him up. Carter. The rebound by Azili. Warriors leading by 13. Iguodala, that's a 2-pointer, and the Warriors tack on 2 more. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Iguodala against Conley. Passes it to Stevenson. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Outside Conley. Shot clock at 5. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 15 points for Mike Conley.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
And Marc Gasol, surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
Conley against Iguodala. Conley, the pass to Randall. Gasol kicks to Conley. Another miss by Conley. Warriors have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. And Stevenson pulls it in. The Grizzlies trail by 15. 3-on-3. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
The Warriors making a switch here. Livingston's checked in. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Chris Anderson is checked in for Gasol. Wright comes in for Zach Randolph. Barnes, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And Tony Allen subbed in for Lance Stevenson. From deep, Iguodala. Azili dishes to Rush and stolen by Barnes. He feeds it to Conley. There's 1:26 left in the third quarter. To the middle. Anderson can't get it to go. Warriors leading by 12. To the paint. Here's Livingston, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And how about Sean Livingston? Just a terrific comeback story. Of course, he suffered that famous knee injury, one of the worst I've ever seen, and he has willed himself back to become a valuable player in this league.
Spates checked in for Andre Iguodala. Livingston signed a nice 3-year deal with the Warriors, helped their bench. Great fit for that team.
No question. A rare package at 6'7", who's a true point guard and extremely versatile defensively. He can play alongside Steph Curry, handling the ball or off it. And easy to see why the Dubs were happy to get it.
And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Outside Conley. The feed now to Barnes. Wright sets a screen. Barnes kicks to Wright. Barnes passes to Wright. They set the pick. Conley dishes to Wright. Tries again. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feed. Conley's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Warriors leading by 10. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Memphis has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Klay Thompson.
We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the third.
Warriors foul. Sean Livingston. That's his first personal foul.
Memphis shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And that one falls for Mike Conley. No good on the second free throw. And it's Wright missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Andrew Bogut.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Warriors lead by 9. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And the final period of play just about to start. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul.
Harrison Barnes.
That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. Tony Allen is out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's Carter in at the small forward position. A nice shot by Gasol.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted. And he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Thanks, Doris.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. If you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who count. With rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play, so they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Allen.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead. Guys, you just can't imagine how difficult it is to hit a shot that deep. Man, that was as sweet as honey.
And I was looking over at the opposing bench. They couldn't believe it either. And guys, Steph Curry, the rare point guard who's almost as effective playing off the ball as he is on it. And the Warriors have really emphasized that as he's evolved as a player, bringing in a lot of playmakers who can set him up coming off screens.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, guys, over that last break, I listened to Dave Yeager address his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Marc Gasol. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And speaking of Curry playing off the ball in the pass, Clark, we'd see him guarding shooting guards defensively. Some said trying to hide him against lesser offensive players.
Well, I think guarding two guards gave him a chance maybe to save some energy for the offensive end. But recently, Steve Kerr has had him on point guards more. You want your best players taking the challenge at both ends of the court.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was. You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Curry. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Stevenson outside. Carter for three. And it's Carter again missing.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
And again, no good by Golden State. The Grizzlies trail by 13. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Stevenson passes to Allen. That falls. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Stevenson's got 4 assists now tonight. Stevenson against Thompson. The tray. And that one's good. And the Warriors lead by 14.
Man, this fourth quarter has been tremendous. They have been exceptional from deep.
Yeah, a bunch of their points coming from long range here. A major barrage.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Green kicks to Iguodala. Stolen by Allen. Stevenson outside. Gasol a screen. Allen. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Warriors leading by 12. It's Curry outside. And another three for Golden State.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Allen kicks to Gasol. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And he gets it to go.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up three straight from beyond the arc right now.
Michael Conley, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. It's a 16-point game. The drive by Allen. Took him no time at all on that one. Allen's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively. Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
Here's Curry. Another three for Golden State.
And what's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Warriors.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
And that produced great fruit for them in transition.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Stephen Curry. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And the Warriors miss again. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Carter dishes to Conley. Back to Carter. Wide open. And that one falls coming off Conley's feed. With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
Yeah, and they've got to jump at the chance to actually stretch this thing out even more.
Good point. Outside Curry. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And now,
Stephen, a big win here at
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. It was lights out shooting at its best from him in this game. 60-plus points is rarefied territory that few players ever see in the NBA. But we saw it here tonight. Truly jaw-dropping.
He was completely on a different level tonight. And his insane point total tells us that. Trust me, it's not easy to get that many points in this league. But he had their number tonight, and the coach did.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome.
lovely night here in San Francisco. The San Francisco Bay Area, our venue, the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, our scene. We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, the home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. The Warriors with their last game here in Golden State before heading out on the road. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have the win total.
This is one of those games, when you look at your calendar, it's circled before the schedule's even released. So it's one of the best rivalries we have in our league. And, guys, this is the one you do not want to miss.
No doubt about it, because it seems like these two teams always have a reason to be angry at each other, a little chippy at the very least, and that brings out the best basketball in both of them.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Denver, Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Fareed at the 4. Moutier out there with Will Barton. Denver with a tough year last season. A lot of losses for them on the road as they would go, Clark, only 11-30 away from the Mile High City.
Yeah, and Kevin, they ended the season on a 5-game road losing streak as well. I mean, they had mostly given up at that point as they had tried to develop young players, and it just kind of blew up on them down the stretch.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
It's stolen by Green. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. And the basket by Curry.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
Now here's Moutier. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
On its way from Curry for 2. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Another 3 for Golden State.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Moutier with the ball. Guarded by Curry. Moutier with the basket. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Curry with the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back. You know, Kenneth Fareed was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
Here's Bogut following the basket by Emmanuel Moutier. Curry, good.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Getting back to Fareed, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
Barton dishes to Moutier. Thompson comes with the double team. Here's Chandler. Good. Warriors leading by 9. Shoots. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Green. Green's got his 3rd assist on the night. Feeds it to LeBron. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his first personal.
Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. 4th, the Nuggets.
That's an effort stat. for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard. You know, basketball can be a thing of beauty, and the Warriors show just how gorgeous ball movement can be last year. Every possession looked like a well-orchestrated concert. It was incredibly fun to watch. Not so much fun, probably, to coach against.
Now here is Barbosa. There's Green with the three. The shot is off.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Augustine passes to Arthur. Chandler outside. Denver passing it around. Clock at 6. Barton. Nice shot from the wing. Well, the Warriors did zip the ball around very well last year, Clark. They led the league, as Greg was just talking about, led the league in assists per game. It wasn't even close. Over 27 assists per game as a team.
Yeah, 28 times they had 30 or more assists. In 2014, the team that led in that category was the Spurs. They did it only 16 times.
Green kicks to Iguodala. Here's Livingston. No good on the three. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Clippers.
Man, that was a stinker.
I want